Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marisha. I am here as a guide, a support, and I'm just here to really drop some gems that I know. It's about getting that encouragement as you move forward in your healing journey, your spiritual journey. I would like to recommend one of my hobbies is reading. And if you guys love reading, I would love to recommend you a book called The Road Less Traveled. It is by M. Scott Peck. It healed me in so many ways. For one, this book talks about healing and growing and doing the work that God has called you to do. And a lot of times you have to really fight through to really become the person you want to be. He was a psychiatrist and he also done some work in psychotherapy. And in this book, he really helped his clients realize that a lot of the troubles that they were going through in their adult life, a lot of it stemmed from childhood and how their parents were raised and how their parents were raised and how they adapted those hand-me-down beliefs, that came from their parents and generations before them, and how it showed up in their lives, whether romantically, professionally, personally. And so a lot of his clients fought through a lot of things that they really had to uncover in psychotherapy. And a lot of them got through it, they fought through it, a lot of them grew comfortably and they decided to backtrack and decided to leave therapy. This book has healed me in so many ways, and I just want to really, recommend that if you guys love faith-based books, self-help books, I recommend that this book, be a choice that you decide to read in the future. My question to you today is, what feels good to you? I I brought this book up because I brought the book up, the recommendation of the book, because when I think about what feels good to me, healing feels good to me. Not adapting to hand-me-down beliefs feels good to me. Not conforming to what my family think I should do, my friends think I should do. I want to do what feels good to me. Period. And a lot of times when you are doing something new and you got out of that bucket, you know how they say crabs in a bucket? And when you are the crab that escaped, right, those crabs are going to try to pull you down as you're trying to escape. And they're going to tell you and try to force you in a way that they decide that is good for you, right? So a lot of it isn't hate. I think a lot of it is fear in their own selves, in their own ways. And they want you to be safe, and they don't understand what you're doing. And a lot of them, based on what and how far they've gone in their lives, they can't understand what you're doing. Okay, it's like foreign language. A lot of it, they don't want any parts of taking the time to understand. And a lot of things they just won't understand, because what God has called you to do has not been a conference call, right? So when I ask you what feels good to you, what feels good to you? Not what feels good for your family or your friends, but what is good to you? What feels good to you? Right? Is it like a hobby? Is it content creation? Is it you using your voice and you feeling relief? Um, is it creating something? Like, what is it? And do that. Okay. I know I mentioned like I'm not going to give advice, but I want you to do what feels good to you. I think so many times we consume, and this goes back to like my last video about, are you in alignment? Because this goes back to the idea of what you are consuming as you are walking in your journey of moving forward. I don't want to consume everything. So I know, because I know everything isn't for me. So being mindful of what feels good and what doesn't will keep you on track, will get you closer to the thing that you want. And it also just helps you to stay content, be happy in where you are with what you have. You can enjoy it much more. So, what feels good to you? I will give you an example for myself. What feels good to me is that I can live comfortably, right? I can just be me and be all of me. I want to be around people who gives me energy, right? Because I'm a high vibrating person. I just love high energy. And I love to be around people who gets me. I don't have to explain every single detail about what I meant because they totally get it. And I don't have to fight to survive in a space. That what feels good to me. And that what gives me the intention to work on myself behind the scenes. So then when I really show up, I will find my people will find me, right? So if I'm doing the work behind the scenes, I'm attracting the right things that are truly for me. Feeling good to me is that I get to do these things. I get to show up. I get to help others and serve others where I am with what I do. I get to, gain a new perspective as I continue to grow. I get to obtain these resources that God has given me and to learn and just use what I have. I get to do the things that I get to do when I want to do them. Like having the freedom to do these things and not let it get me down. Like when you are working on a goal, it is also hard in some ways to stay completely motivated, so you have to do the things that are good for you and find things that are good for you where you can enjoy and continue to do your thing as you go along, right? Because we need discipline. We don't always have the motivation, but we need the discipline. And so to to spice up your journey and to find good things that are good to you, right? Like that is what brings me, I would say, happiness, just showing gratitude and being grateful for all the things I have now. Like that that really changes up the energy. Okay, because sometimes I get in my mind and I'm like, oh my god, I get in my feelings, right? We're humans, we get in our feelings, and then I think like, okay, like I don't know. Like I used to look at like having a bad day as like, okay, this is not my day. I just want everything to be different. Like I'm just ready for a change. And I'm just like, take a breather, right? Relax, right? Find a good comfort show, get a good book, and just relax. And finding and having things in place like a system or having these resources on hand where you can grab them and reach them and you know exactly what you need when you need it, that's a blessing. Okay, because you got to know yourself to know exactly what you need when you're having those periods during the journey, in the journey, right? So if I know that I'm stressed out or feeling like I'm getting there, I'm like, okay, let's pull out the yoga mat and let's do some yoga, let's do some meditation, let's 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 brain dump, let's write it out exactly what we're feeling, and let's talk about how we want to feel, right? Let's bring out the Bible, let's do what we need to do, right, to get back to us. Okay, because the journey can be tempting. The journey can be tempting and it will have us go back to things that we have outgrown. So, in this space, and as we move forward, what feels good to you, right? What do you like to do? Let's talk about the goals though. Like, what exactly that you know you are meant to be doing, and you are probably a person that is multifaceted. Like, you have more than one thing. Do those things. Like, please do not sell yourself short. Please do not let people talk you out of. Oh, you should just try to shrink you. Do not allow people to do that, all right? Because you have the control, right? You have the control. Do not allow people to shrink you. Do not feel small around people. When you are activating in who you are and what you love to do and your gifts and your talents, you are not listening to outside noise. Like it doesn't exist in your world, okay? You have to look at it as if these people are a part of your world, okay? And you can allow them entry or not. So it is up to you to make that decision. You are in control. And that means you are in control of your actions towards the things that you love to do, whether it's one or two, three, four, five things. Um, if you are in control of all the things that you want to do. You're in control of who you allow in your space. You are in control of changing, what once was and who was once there. You can, this is your world. We are living in it. This is your thing, okay? So, doing what feels good to me helps me to stay in the moment, help me to stay happy with what I have, showing gratitude and energetically having more space for me and doing more of what I love, right? Because when you are in the space and you're having fun, you are open to doing more. Like, what else can I do? Like, let me see if I like this or what I like that. And I decided, like, I've done this before, but for the first time, I've done pickleball, right? And that's how I looked at with pickleball. I'm like, oh, I never done it. I heard people talked about it. And when I finally got the invitation to do pickleball, I'm like, let me go out with the girls and let's do pickleball. So much fun. But that's when I was open. I wasn't open before going out with different people because in my mind and in my, in my anxiety that I was getting from overthinking, I was like, well, I don't, I don't know about going out with different, groups of girls. Like, I don't really do groups. I don't really, and it was just like four of us. But I was like, I don't know, this is my first time meeting some of the girls. I wouldn't know if I would be okay with that. It was totally fine. Do not talk yourself out of having a good time. Do not talk yourself out of experiencing new things, new things. You just never know if you'll like it or not. I love pickleball. I'm so glad I went and not allow my fear to talk me out of it. So whatever feels good to you, do not allow the fear to talk you out of it. Keep going and try new things. Okay? Again, do not let your mind trick you out of your spot. You are where you need to be for a reason. You have to be open and you have to be open to receive, okay? Be open to receiving, all right? Because if you want it and if you are working on yourself to get it, you will have it, okay? So don't overthink it and do not underestimate yourself because you are where you are for a reason. You will have the things that you want. Again, it's the energy that you're putting out there. You know that you can have it by the actions, but the energy, all right, is what will drive it in. So do what feels good to you. Okay? Do what feels good to you always. Do not overcomplicate it. Do not allow people to get in your head. The Debbie Downers, right? Oh God, the Debbie Downers. The people whose ceiling is the floor. Do not listen to those people. And what feels good to me, should I say this or should I not? I'm gonna say it anyway. What feels good to me is being private and not telling people everything because people don't need to know everything. They don't need to know everything. Okay? You just focus on you, but people don't need to know everything. I just never care to tell people everything because I don't need your validation. I don't need you, to celebrate me. Even if you did, I appreciate it, but I celebrate myself. I validate me. You know what I mean? And so I just I don't have to tell people everything because I know that what I'm doing is for me and what God is doing in me is to help other people. So do it for you, do what feels good to you. Okay. That's it. That's all. Have a blessed day. I pray that this video helped you. I hope that it was informative in some way. In whatever way, I hope that you can apply it in some way or somehow in your life and you moving forward in your healing journey. But I love talking to the people have who have experienced trauma, who have experienced some kind of like abuse or just feel like they can't move forward. They don't have a purpose. They feel like what they've been through is who they are. I am talking to these people. I'm talking to you because there is purpose in where you are. Get get your power back and release all that what people told you in the past, release all that what you adapted in the past that does not serve you anymore. Those hand-me-down beliefs, the way that people told you how you should act and what you should do and how you should be and what you should say. Get out of that box. Okay? Get out of the box. You are meant to be doing more. Okay? Turn that pain into purpose. You are meant to be doing more. You can have what you say you want. You can. Get out of your own way, okay? Get out of your own way so you can really start moving in the direction that you want to move in, okay? This is not about anybody else. It's about what feels good to you. So do what feels good to you. Own who you are, right? Own who you are. All right, guys, have a great day. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope that I get to see you in the next video. Okay. All right. Peace and blessings to you.